He who controls others may be powerful, but he who has mastered himself is mightier still. Lao Tzu. There are days when everything hits you at once. Stress, frustration, self-doubt. You feel misunderstood. You feel tired. You feel like no one really sees what you're carrying. And in that emotional chaos, most men break. They abandon what they said mattered. They check out. They blow up. They numb themselves. They fall into habits they swore they left behind. Not because they're bad people, but because they haven't trained for pressure. This isn't about motivation. This isn't about hyping yourself up. It's about doing what you said you would do when everything in you wants to quit. That's what discipline is. It's not about feeling strong. It's about staying loyal when everything feels shaky. In this video, I'm going to show you how to stay disciplined even when your emotions are all over the place. And it has nothing to do with willpower. It has everything to do with self-respect. Let's be clear. Emotional chaos doesn't mean one emotion. It's when many emotions hit you at once, and you don't know what's driving you anymore. You're anxious, but still expected to lead. You're angry, but know you'll regret saying what you want to say. You're overwhelmed, and suddenly you're making decisions that go against everything you believe. That's emotional chaos. And when it takes over, your vision gets cloudy, your standards get blurry, and your behavior becomes unpredictable, even to you. That's when you say things you don't mean. That's when you ghost people. That's when you binge, explode, shut down, or spiral. So if you've ever looked in the mirror and thought, "That's not who I want to be," you've been in it. Staying disciplined in that state doesn't mean forcing yourself through it. It means learning how to lead yourself through it. Not with rules, but with something deeper. People treat discipline like it's a productivity hack. Wake up early. Work out every day. Stick to a schedule. And those are great. They matter. But real discipline isn't about routines. It's about loyalty. Loyalty to your values. Loyalty to your future self. Loyalty to the man you said you want to become. When you're emotionally off, when you're drained, when you're angry, when you're sad, can you still stay true to your code? That's the test. That's where discipline lives. Let me give you an example. You're out with your friends. They're making jokes, talking about chasing women, bragging about things you don't even care about anymore. And they start mocking you because you've changed. Because you want something deeper. Because you're not chasing what they're chasing. Now you have a choice. Do you perform just to blend in? Do you fake the laugh, play the role just to keep the peace? Or do you hold your ground? Not in a loud, dramatic way. Just quietly, knowing exactly who you are and what matters to you. That's discipline. Not saying yes because it's easy, but saying no because it's aligned. Now let's get practical. Here's how you stay disciplined when everything in you wants to disconnect, react, or give up. No hype. No tricks. Just 3 things you return to every single time. Step 1. Remember who you are and who you wouldn't trade places. People are going to challenge your values, mock your effort, question your decisions. And in those moments, especially when you're tired or triggered, you'll feel the pull to compromise, to adjust yourself just enough to be accepted. Pause right there. Ask yourself, would I trade places with this person in this area of life? Would I want their emotional world? Would I want their relationships? Would I want their level of peace? If the answer is no, then why would you take their opinion more seriously than your own standard? You're not here to impress people you don't admire. You're here to become someone you respect. Don't trade your integrity for someone else's comfort. Step 2. Return to your standards. Discipline lives in your standards, not your feelings. When everything feels loud, ask yourself, what principle matters right now? What would the strongest version of me do, right here, right now? Don't wait for motivation. Don't wait for clarity. Don't wait to feel better. Just ask, what would the man I'm trying to become do in this exact moment? And then do that. Because feelings change. But your values, your core standards, don't need to. They are the anchor in the emotional flood. Step 3, let them project. You stay still. Some people won't understand your discipline. They'll call it rigid, cold, extreme. Let them. You're not here to manage their projections. You're here to manage your presence. Stay calm, stay grounded, stay focused on your lane. You don't need to correct everyone. You don't need to prove your point. You just need to hold your line. That's not weakness. That's leadership. Picture this. There's a tree in a storm. The wind is wild. Branches are snapping around it. The ground is shaking. But it doesn't fall. It doesn't even lean. Not because it's invincible, but because its roots go deep. That's what your values are. That's what your code is. The deeper they run, the stronger you stay, when life starts pulling at you from every direction. You don't have to fight the storm. You just need to trust your roots. If you know who you are, you don't have to defend it. You just live it. Anyone can follow their routine when everything feels calm. Anyone can stick to their plan when their mood is steady. But your growth doesn't happen there. It happens in the storm, in the discomfort, in the doubt. You don't need to be emotionless, but you do need to be someone who can stay clear when emotion shows up. The man people trust most isn't the one who's always right. He's the one who stays steady when things go sideways. Discipline isn't about control. It's about trusting yourself when everything around you gets loud. Let me ask you something. What value will you protect, even when your emotions try to pull you off track? Comment below. Write it out. Not for me, for you. It's easier to live your values when you've named them out loud. Discipline, stillness, presence. These aren't just traits. They're decisions, and you make them every day, especially when it's hard.